Hello friends, welcome back to Wow IAS. Welcome to the discussion on daily MCQ. Today is 27th of August 2021 and now we are going to discuss 5 current affair based MCQs. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. But first, let us discuss the question that was asked yesterday, and the question was, which organization releases the Global Climate Risk Index? And some of you have given the correct answer as well. Yesterday, it was Vinay Tiwari, Pankaj Verma and Subham Bashak who gave the correct answer. So if you see this question, Global Climate Risk Index, and this is released by an NGO which is known as the German Watch. Okay, so as you know, the climate change is happening at a very rapid pace, and this NGO releases this Global Climate Risk Index, where it assesses the areas which are at greater risk because of the climate change. Okay, and also it gives various information with regarding to that, which is important from the mains point of view but not from the prelims point of view. And from the prelims point of view, it is important for us to know which organization releases which index, because as you know, in the exam directly questions are being asked on these areas, in this area. So do make sure that you revise all the indices before you go to the exam. Okay, now before we begin, just a small information guys. Daily we upload 5 current affair based MCQs along with their solutions in a PDF format, and these MCQs will definitely help in your prelims because it covers a lot of information from the current affairs as well as from the static part. So do make the best use of this initiative by joining our Telegram channel, and the Telegram channel details are there in the description. Okay, now let's look at the first question. The first question is, 2021 Global Manufacturing Risk Index is released by the A. World Economic Forum, B. Cushman and Wakefield, C. World Bank, and D. European Union, EU. So recently this Global Manufacturing Risk Index was released, and it was in news because India was ranked as the second important destination for manufacturing, second favorable destination in fact. So that's why this was in news, and this is released by B. Cushman and Wakefield. Okay, so recently the Cushman and Wakefield has released this 2021 Global Manufacturing Risk Index, and Cushman and Wakefield's Manufacturing Risk Index report this index report ranks countries based on the range of factors including risk and cost factors, political and economic risk, market condition and labor cost, and market access. It is based on the most favorable locations for international manufacturing, and the index ranks 47 countries across the world: Europe, America and Asia Pacific, and China is the top position, and India is ranked as the second most sought manufacturing destination in the world after China. Okay, so now let's look at the next question. Which of the following factors are taken into consideration for fixing the FRP, that is fair and remunerative pricing of sugarcane? First one, recovery of sugar from sugarcane. Second one, availability of sugar to the consumers at fair price. Third one, cost of production of sugarcane. You have to choose the correct answer. A 1 and 2, B 2 and 3, C 3 only, and D 1, 2 and 3. So if you see this question, this fair and remunerative pricing of sugarcane, generally the MSP is given to all other crops, approximately 23 crops, but for the sugarcane the FRP, that is fair and remunerative price, is given. So here the correct answer is D 1, 2 and 3. The union government has increased the minimum price that sugar mills have to pay to the sugarcane farmers by ₹5 a quintal, when setting up the FRP, that is the fair and remunerative price, at ₹290 a quintal for 2021-22 season. Okay, and this FRP is fixed under the Sugarcane Control Act of 1966. It is the minimum price that sugarcane mills are supposed to pay to the farmers, but sometimes the states will give much more price over what the central government asked the sugarcane mills to pay, and that is known as the state agreed price, where the states will give that extra price which the states want to pay to the sugarcane farmers. And this amended provision of Sugarcane Control Order of 1966 provides a fixation of FRP for sugarcane and having regard to the following factors like cost of sugarcane, return to the farmers, availability of sugar to the consumers, price at which sugar is produced from the sugarcane, recovery of sugar from the sugarcane, the realization made from the sale of byproducts like molasses, the bagasse, the press mud, etc., and reasonable margin for the sugarcane growers on account of risk and profits. So these are the conditions, or these are the factors which are considered for fixing FRP. Now let's move on to the next question. Third question, consider the following statements with regard to the Sujalam campaign which was recently launched. First one, it aims to create more and more ODF plus villages by undertaking wastewater management at village level. Second one, the 100 days campaign is flagged off by Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Which of the following are correct statements? A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. So if you see this Sujalam campaign, this is actually launched by the Jal Shakti Ministry. So the second statement is wrong. because it is by the Jal Shakti Ministry. And the first statement is right. It aims to create more and more ODF plus villages by undertaking wastewater management at village level. So recently the Ministry of Jal Shakti has flagged off this Sujalam campaign, and it is a 100-day campaign as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations, and it aims to create more and more ODF plus villages by undertaking wastewater management at village level, particularly through the creation of 1 million soak pits. The effort of the campaign would be directed towards achieving the ODF plus status for the villages across the country in an accelerated manner. So that is the main aim, and it will enable building of desired infrastructure like the soak pits for the management of grey water in villages, which will aid in sustainable management of water bodies, which is the most important thing, and it would boost the momentum of the Swachh Bharat Gramin. Okay, and the phase 2 is currently going on, and for this community participation is very much important, and it will use the platform for creating awareness for the behavioral change among the people, and it will provide focus for sustaining the same along with the achieving of visual cleanness by the way of the SLW management, that is the sewage management and others. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The fourth question: consider the following statements with regarding to the herbal park, India's highest herbal park. So recently this was launched. First one, it is located in Leh district of Ladakh. Second one, the park is developed under the Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority scheme of the central government. Which of the following are correct? A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. So if you see this, the first statement is wrong because this herbal park is being developed in Uttarakhand. So the first one is wrong, but the second one is right. So B 2 only is the correct answer. So recently the India's highest herbal park, which was inaugurated near the Indo-China border at Mana village in Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. This highest altitude herbal park was inaugurated with the aim of conserving various medicinally and culturally important alpine species and to conduct research on the propagation and habitat ecology of these species. The park was developed in 3 years under the Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority of the central government. And the herbal park consists of 40 species which are found in high altitude alpine areas in Indian Himalayan region. Many of these species are categorized as endangered and threatened in the IUCN Red List as well as the State Biodiversity Board. So this is an important park for the conservation of species. Okay. Now let's look at the fifth question, the last question of the day. The fair and remunerative pricing of sugarcane is approved by the A. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, B. Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices, C. Director of Marketing and Inspection, and D. Agricultural Produce Market Committee. You have to choose the correct answer. So as I told already, the FRP is given to the sugarcane and rest of the crops will get MSP. And here the correct answer is A. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. Okay. So the union government recently has increased this FRP for the sugarcane. So that's why this was the news, and as we have discussed already, this FRP is basically only for sugarcane. Okay. So generally this is approved by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. Right. Now let's look at the question of the day, and the question of the day is: 1/3 of members of Rajya Sabha retire every A. year, B. 2 years. Sorry, this is B. 3 years, C. 2 years, and D 6 years. So do give your answer in the comment box. Tomorrow we will discuss this question. Once again I repeat this question: 1/3 of the members of Rajya Sabha retire every A. year, B. 3 years, C. 2 years, and D 6 years. So do give your answer in the comment box, and tomorrow we will discuss this question. Okay. So guys, before I leave, just a small information regarding our initiatives. We have launched Vision Prelims Test Series Summary, Vision PT 365 Summary, Vision Monthly Magazine Summary, and Vision Mains Test Series Summary. These summaries will reduce your reading time and will help in your revision, because you can revise the same thing multiple times, which is very much important from the prelims perspective. So do make the best use of this initiative, and you can score much higher in your prelims. Okay. So that's it guys from my side. I'll see you again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.